Our 7th South America season gets off with a really bad start. We'd planned to get back to Peru in January, but couldn't because the country was in uproar due to a presidential crisis. 3 months later, just before Easter, the situation has finally calmed down a little, so we book our flights for the end of March. But then Germany goes on strike just a day before our flight, and we have to rebook all our flights to Cusco, which cost us $200 more. After finally getting back to Cusco, we managed to get our motorhome started after 4 hours, but then encounter a really serious problem. Our brakes aren't working.
So we are preparing for a big operation today. When we started the motor and drove down to the spot, our brakes were not working. The back right tire is leaking oil on the inside. Most likely we have a problem with the cylinder, with a brake cylinder in there. And today we're going to take the cylinder out, bring it down to a repuesto, and hopefully we can find a new one.
Now we have to see whether we can get it out.
Ah, so easy.
Wow.
It's coming out really easy.
It's probably because we had so much oil on there.
No, but Daniel was totally corroded. So interestingly, Daniel and Vanessa have the same problem. And it's exactly on the same tire. Back right.
Really messy job.
Yeah.
Clean it all up. I'm trying to clean this. Try and get all the grease and the brake fluid. And that's highly corrosive, so we don't want to get it anywhere. And then we have to clean this, because we have to take it with us. So toothbrushes are useful to try and get all the brake fluid off.
All clean, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it's all done.
All the oil is off, or the brake fluid.
Trying to find a replacement turns out to be a very difficult task. Fiat is not a known brand of vehicles in Peru, Ecuador or Colombia. We've had problems in these countries before. In the southern parts of South America, Fiat vans are very common. In Argentina, Chile and Brazil, you see them a lot, and there are plenty of part shops around. But without the use of our brakes, we can't get there, can we? There are 2 streets in Cusco where all of the parts stores are located, and we run from one shop to the next. Everybody's shaking their heads and send us to a different place. At one time, somebody even suggests using Teflon tape under the rubber rings to fix our problem. But then the next shop owner says it won't work. Eventually, we end up at a small shop called Rivas, and the very nice owner, Josef, has a contact in Lima who might be able to find a new replacement for us. We have to wait a few days to find out. It's kind of nerve-wracking, but what can we do other than wait and enjoy Cusco again? We're at the end of the rainy season, and almost every evening a storm is dumping lots of rain on top of us. During the day, it's nice and sunny, and we have t-shirt weather. The nights are freezing cold though, and during the first few days, we're also struggling with the high altitude of 3,400 metres. It's been almost 10 months since we left Cusco last year. So, after 4 months, Kirsten's finally getting a haircut in Cusco. Oh, sie gut aus. So, pelo corto, otra vez. Sieht gut aus.
Feels a lot lighter.
Happy?
Happy. I'm happy.
That's good.
It's Helen's birthday and we have a rainbow over Cusco. Here is the dressed up birthday girl, 61 years old, and here's the rainbow.
The plan is to go out for a really nice meal, but our bad luck lately seems to be going on and on. The display of our laptop had to be replaced in Germany about 4 months ago. While checking in our bags in Lima for our flight to Cusco, Kirsten's rucksack with all the electronics fell off the trolley, and when we opened the laptop again in Cusco, we only got a white screen. So we have to go to a computer shop in Cusco to find a solution. We should have picked a different day. What was supposed to be done in half an hour ended up taking 4 hours. In the end, we had to buy a new display for $100, and by the time we get out of the shop, we're not hungry anymore. So we'll postpone my birthday until tomorrow. A piece of birthday cake will do for tonight.
So here is the birthday cake at 10 o'clock in the evening. We can't work this out. This is something Sauco. What was it called?
Yeah, pastel de
It's
Sauco.
cheesecakes de Sauco.
Which is, I think
Some
it's the
kind
same
of a fruit.
Same family as the blueberries, maybe.
And then we have a really yummy lemon meringue pie.
It's melting a bit.
Helen is a little happier now because we spent 4 hours in the bloody computer shop and...
Kirsten said, oh, before we go out for your birthday meal, I just want to get my computer repaired. It'll only take 15 to 20 minutes. 4 hours. I can't see.
We have to re-celebrate the birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, we cancelled it today.
Yeah. But we have coffee and cake.
Well,
tea and cake. We had coffee earlier. Buon provecho. We have a really, really stormy day. There was a huge rainfall just now and the rainbow is coming out and it's showing right onto the mountains outside of Cusco. So today we're re-celebrating Helen's birthday. A day later, Helen has a jugo de naranja. I'm going for a ginger ale. And cheers! Happy birthday again! So the food just came. Here's Helen's spare ribs.
But the peppers are
nice and juicy. She got some chips instead of French fries with it.
No French fries?
I'll try it out. And mine is something really special. It's chicken with a huanca Thai sauce. You can have some of my salad. Look at my salad. And I have a puree of potatoes. Juicy? It looks really juicy.
No bones.
I'm going to nick some fries.
Chips.
They're warm. Yummy. So we killed the plates. More or less we're stuffed.
Yeah. So we find out whether we're going to get the right part or not.
Rivas. Very nice guy. He contacted Lima for us and found us a piece. There he is, Joses. Here we come. Now comes the moment of truth. Is it the same part? It looks the same. Machen wir die beiden Schrauben aufeinander. Kante an Kante. Guck mal, was der gleiche Abschnitt ist.
Ja, man hat diese extra...
Looks good, ja. Aber die Schrauben sind die gleichen, ne?
Ja, das und...
Looks good. So today is the big day where we actually put in our new brake cylinder. We're just cleaning the drums again, and we've got all our tools out, and we just get it all fixed today.
Yippee! For $45 each, including transportation from Lima, we finally got 2 replacements. Hopefully, this solves the problem. So we're putting the cylinder in.
Fits perfectly. Now I have to attach. I'm going to twist it by hand for the moment. Is it going in or not?
So yeah, this is the back side. We've got the screws in there, the 2 screws. The originals, because we couldn't buy new ones.
So now we're bleeding the brakes. First of all, we have to fill up the cylinder and see how far we are. Can we actually see it? It's funny light, isn't it? Is there anything in there? No, it's almost gone. Okay. So we have .4 cylinder brake fluid.
Oh, we did have some in, because I could see the line.
Put it on max, because we're going to pump out.
Wait a minute, it's going down a bit.
Yeah. And then I'm going to check if I'm losing anything in the back.
That's minimum.
Put it on max.
Through the system.
Yeah, put it on max. So now we have red brake fluid. Hopefully it's .4.
But we've only used,
it says ABS.
We've only used a third.
Yeah, we see. Well, we're starting pumping now.
Yeah.
So Helen's going to pump the brakes now. According to YouTube,
I'm supposed to go 1, 2, 3, hold.
And then I'm going to open the valve in the back to let some out until all the air is gone. Yeah. So I put a plastic tube in the valve, and then a jar with some liquid in so we don't draw any air in. And now I'm going to open the valve to let the air out.
1, 2, 3, hold.
I can still see air coming out, but it's also fluid coming out now. Zieh mal Handbremse an. Hast du angezogen? Sitzt bombenfest. Loosen it again. Ja. Ja, bewegt sich und hat einen leichten Widerstand. Doch, laut YouTube-Videos, we need a little bit of resistance. Okay.
Sometimes the foot pedal has got resistance, sometimes not as much, and the handbrake is now so tight. Well, we'll see. Oh well, didn't work. We've obviously got air coming into our system.
Yeah.
Is it the actual cylinder itself, the main brake cylinder? In which case we have to get one sent from Germany because they won't.
No, they have it here too. But the problem is that we were bleeding the tires,
and air was being
we only
sucked in.
bled 3 because it was so hard to get to the front one. And for some reason we have pressure on the pedal, but it's not braking. So we don't know. Motor didn't start really well either. We have a squeaking time belt. What is it called? Whatever belt.
Fan belt.
Fan belt. So we have severe problems here. We're trying to get a mechanic to come up here and get it sorted out for us. Hopefully. So we got the cylinder out, the main cylinder. And now we have to measure the piston diameter inside.
Aaron, our mechanic, confirms that the master brake cylinder has bad seals too. Most likely because it was empty for months and months during storage, and the seals dried out. Hence the system isn't closed off and air is getting into the brake lines. Now we have to find a new master brake cylinder. We're not so sure it's going to be as easy as getting the rear tyre brake cylinders. Every Fiat model seems to have a different master brake cylinder, and our research actually shows us 2 with the same OEM number but different diameters of the inner pistons. Whilst waiting, we take care of some other improvements to our motorhome. Instead of the original license plates, we got some laminated copies done in Buenos Aires almost 8 years ago. The front one looks totally battered, and so we went to a print shop in Cusco to get some new ones done, which actually look almost like the real ones, and cost us only $20 US.
So we're exchanging our old copy. You can hardly read it anymore. It was a laminated print copy, and we got ourselves some new copies done with vinyl on a really stable board. Looks much nicer. This one lasted for almost 7.5 years though. Not bad. So here we go. That looks pretty good. So we have a little visitor on our curtains. Helen's going to knock it off now, be careful, because they bite. Yeah. Oh! Just kidding. It likes the blue color.
We had several people looking for a new master brake cylinder, but the only one that was found in Lima didn't have the right diameter. Plus, the price for that one was 700 soles, so almost $200 US, 4 times the normal price. I also had the idea of checking La Paz for the part. A bus ride from Cusco is $50 return, but even in La Paz we could only get an imported one from Argentina for $230 US. So in the end we asked Ephraim, our main mechanic, to try and repair our old one. It took him 2 days to find the right seals. We also asked them to put the second rear brake cylinder in and remove all the old brake fluid from the brake system. So they actually came at 5 to 10, which wasn't too bad. And now we're getting the tyre off. put the new back cylinder on. So we're a bit dirty, but we've managed to get it off. So now we're cleaning. Oh, that's nice of these guys to try and clean it all off and for us so we don't have to do it.
This is really cool. We have a pressure system that actually pushes the liquid from the back to the front. So it pushes all the air out of the tubes. So we're waiting for the liquid to come out of the cylinder. That removes all the air in the pipes. So we couldn't find a new one, so we put our repaired one back in there. All the gomas, what are they called? The seals. They are renewed. And now we're pumping out all the liquid, the old liquid. I'm not quite sure if we're doing the right thing here because they put a lot of pressure on there now. So I think we're done with bleeding the brakes. Helen's going to start the motor. Es posible que es muy despacio porque no manejamos. Ah, perfecto. Oh, cuidado con la... It's smoking a little. Sale para un momento, es muy malo. Es diésel. No manejamos para 8 meses. Y es la altitud, sí. Aha. Okay. Cuidado con el... Cuidado.
Jesus, where's he going?
Am besten ist, du testest es auch mal, weil du... We do have brakes. We're trying the hill.
Braking with the pedal definitely worked, but the handbrake wasn't holding on a slope. There are several options to adjust them, but nothing really works today. The handbrake works on an even surface, but simply can't hold the weight of the vehicle on a hill. Aaron and Willie believe we might need new brake pads in the back, and so we decide to drive to Ephraim's garage the next morning to get them changed and to solve the handbrake issue.
Sin apretar el botón de... Tres. Ya, fíjate si gira. Seco. Ya, perfecto.
So, time to say goodbye to Quinta Lala. It's only 7:30, hardly anybody's up. But we're driving. Hopefully the brakes are working all the way down to the taller, where we get some new brake pads. I'm sure Helen checked the brakes. She's smiling. She says, we have the brakes. Bye-bye, Quinta Lala. It was really nice here. We enjoyed it. So it's 10 months ago. Almost 11 months, because we spent a month on the campground, and we're rolling again. How are the brakes?
They're working.
They're working.
It took me ages to get the handbrake off, although the handbrake doesn't work.
So, ooh, I'm fogging up here. We're fogging up. We haven't cleaned the windows. Shit, we need to do that at the taller.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Quinta Lala. So we're on the bypass of Pumamarca down to Cusco. We didn't want to go through the town. and it's taking us a little longer than expected, but it's a beautiful drive today with really nice weather. Brakes are holding. So we made it through Cusco to Efrain. Let's see, I think they might have just opened the doors here. So good job we're not parking here right next to this white truck. And then we see what Efrain says. ¿Está bien? Okay.
We are gonna sink.
Sagt, du kannst, es ist fest.
Tja.
Fahr, es ist fest.
Is this fest?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so.
We've got new windscreen wipers on as well. It's a real coincidence that we're at a mechanic who used to serve Kumuka and all the other overland trucks. And we've been with Kumuka 21 years ago. And here is our driver Daryl. And 21 years later, we are in Cusco, and there's millions of mechanics, and we go to the one that used to serve Kumuka. That's amazing. And Exodus and Dragoman, none of them exist anymore, I think. But these are all the drivers that used to work for the companies. I can understand now what a hard job that was. And I think we figured out the problem with the handbrake. When we bleeded the tires yesterday, some of the fluid must have come through the high pressure in here, and the brake pads were all really oily. Also the drum, so we had no friction. I cleaned it all up now. It's all dry, and hopefully that solves the problem with the handbrakes. We're doing the test.
No.
Hält gar nicht?
No.
Lass ihn mal rollen.
Wait a minute. Number 2. No, and I can't get it on anymore. Nee,
Wir haben gar nichts.
Nee. Try again. I've got it on 2. That's a bit better. Number 2. Number 2. I can't get it any higher. I can't get it any higher.
Yeah.
It won't go. So it don't work.
Scheiße, was kann denn das sein?
I don't know. But it doesn't work.
So we just had a diesel filter light coming on. There was water in the filter. We never had that. Guys removed it. They had to remove the air filter to have access to it. So one problem is following the other.
We probably need a new diesel filter, but they're supposed to last for 30,000 kilometers.
Yeah, we should be fine. Disaster. The diesel line, the switch, it got broken off. So now we have to improvise with a bit of a hose to connect it again to the cylinder.
It has to go down here,
there,
where my finger is.
because otherwise we have no gas in the engine. So we're leaving Cusco. Thanks for our visit. My English is crap this morning. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're in a bit of a traffic jam because it's a long holiday, long weekend. So.
And they finish work Saturday at 2 o'clock. And don't have to go back until Tuesday morning.
Exactly.
And it is what time? Oh, 20 past 2, and we're leaving Cusco.
No. We haven't had breakfast at all.
We haven't had breakfast. We haven't had tea.
We feel totally riffy. Because we ran out of propane this morning as well, but we have an extra bottle, so.
The handbrake still doesn't work properly, but we decided to move on. We only have 2 months to get down to Uruguay for the next storage at the end of June. In our next video, we drive all the way down to Puna, a city we visited 21 years ago, and take a boat trip to the floating reed islands of the Uros. One of these that we got off that.